veggie garden just here.
Okay.
Right, we're really close to the house, as you can see. It's actually quite good to put it that way, because then we get the orientation right. The reason in permaculture we keep the vegetable garden close by, if it's close to the house, you look after it.
Yeah.
You make sure it's well
Looking
looked
good.
after,
Yeah.
looking good.
So what do we need to do? Like, actually at the moment it's just bare grass.
Right, yeah. And as you can see, the ground slopes.
Yeah.
And ideally you don't really want a veggie garden on a sloping area if you can help it, or terrace it. But what we're going to do here, we're going to raise the level of this ground up to about here.
So there's going to be a retaining wall
There's
through
going to be
here?
a retaining wall through here. And
Yep.
that'll level it off back to the house to create a nice little level area here. And you can see how it's a straight line here.
Along your boundary.
That's actually the boundary.
Yeah.
You can see the boundary stick there and one up there.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do to turn this stuff here into that?
So you want to get the construction work done first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then some good soil is going to have to be brought in, because this is just horrible clay.
Yeah.
Horrible clay. So if I was going to build one of these beds here, I would get a fork and I'd dig a very deep and loosen up this ground.
Okay.
Loosen it up where the planting bed's going to be.
Yep.
And then I would bring in a mixture of topsoil and compost and mound it up like this.
Yeah.
Why are we mounding it? Why is it so important to do the mounding?
It just keeps it out of the water. You know, 'cause when it rains a lot, it's mounded a bit out of the water. By the time you put compost and mix it with this, it's naturally mounded anyway.
Okay.
You know, it's sort of naturally mounded.
And the width of those, are they sort of like about 1.5 metres so you can access from both sides?
They're about a metre.
About 1 metre,
Yeah,
okay.
because you want to be able to. Is that a metre?
Yeah.
It is. If I'm standing there, you want to be able to just reach here.
Sure,
Not
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can get the other.
Yeah, okay.
So is that a good rule of thumb, that if you're going to make a garden bed at home,
Yep.
about 1 metre is a good...
Because it's accessible,
from both sides.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll get the builders onto it. Where shall I tell them to put it?
Right, we've got to mark it out.
Okay.
You know, we've got to mark it out so the builders can just come here and build. The first thing we want to do is get this line through here and to show them where the retaining wall is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's the boundary line, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay, great.